Okay, hello and welcome to another Monday live stream. We are discussing moving averages and we'll be looking directly at the markets. Of course, you can't separate technical analysis from fundamental analysis, so I'm going to give a quick overview as to what's really happening or what we expect to happen sometime this week and what the major trends are, and then we will be going straight to the platform and looking at moving averages. So moving average is a technical indicator that a lot of people use and a lot of people learn as they begin trading, as they are new to trading. Is one of the first things that people will touch and use, and that is something that we're going to be discussing today. Now, a lot of beginner traders start out with moving averages, with RSI, and a bunch of other things, but they tend to leave these indicators after some time because they suffer losses. So it's very helpful to take into consideration that a lot of good traders are still using basic indicators like RSI and moving averages. So maybe you didn't have the right psychology, maybe you didn't have the right strategy, maybe you didn't have the right risk management. Okay, so those are the things that need to be taken into account, because to be a good trader, it's not how good the technical indicators are, it's how good you are in using the technical indicators, in terms of how good you are in terms of managing risk, how good you are in terms of being aware, understanding and managing your own psychology, and over a period of time doing it consistently, all those three or four things. Okay, so it's not just moving averages. There's no quick formula where teach me something, and after you teach me this one or two steps, and then I'm going to be able to make profits for free every day in the market. It doesn't work like that. Okay, so bear that in mind as you are progressing as a trader from beginner to intermediate and intermediate to advanced, and hopefully you'll find a pattern, a strategy that will be profitable for you. So okay, so for this week, what's important for this week? Let's see, what's what's really interesting for this week. Let's see. Yep. Okay, so for this week, we are expecting CPI numbers, CPI reports, inflation reports from Canada and the UK. Okay, that will be on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then later in the week, we are expecting to get the May PMI reports from Australia, Germany, the Euro, the UK, as well as the US. So we're going to get a reading as to whether these large Western economies are slowing down because of high inflation and high interest rates. Now, if the trend continues that there's numbers coming in showing proof that there is a slowdown, then what you will expect to see is markets will react to this, because when inflation is high, inflation causing high interest rates, and high interest rates causing economic slowdown, then you will see currencies will slowly start to show weakness, because the expectation after you see a slowdown in the economy is that retail sales will go down, unemployment will go up, and then you will see central banks like the Federal Reserve, like the Bank of England, like the Bank of Japan, like the Reserve Bank of New Zealand and Australia. They will all start to adjust their interest rate policies and probably even start to cut rates sometime this year. Okay, so when that happens, you expect weakness to show up in the price chart, and when it doesn't show up, you need to be very careful what that means and analyze it a bit more carefully. Okay, so knowing that, you can sort of zoom out. I'm looking currently on the platform on your screen that you can see my screen. I'm looking at Euro USD. Okay, Euro USD is currently showing a downtrend on the 30 minutes time frame, and this downtrend is probably coming from well, it's two things. Overnight, well, maybe just a couple of hours ago, we got confirmation that the Iranian Prime Minister, as well as the Finance Minister, if I'm not mistaken, the convoy was, uh, you know, uh, crashed. The helicopter convoy crashed, and all the accusations are now pointing towards Israel that they were assassinated and things like that. So these are rumors and unconfirmed, but it is escalating and elevating geopolitical tensions. And when you have geopolitical tensions, you will see safe haven assets like gold, like US dollar, will start to strengthen. Okay, and this is why you are seeing Euro USD moving down. As of now, the trend is showing that it's moving down. And if we go to AUD USD, which is a similar asset, will probably show the same pattern. Yep, yep. So it's gone down. It's gone down. So this is 5 minutes. Let me go 15 minutes. Yeah, so it's gone down in similar fashion. Markets are starting to play safe and target safe haven assets, safe assets. And traditionally, it has been gold, it has been US dollar. And of course, when it involves the Middle East, you will also tend to see that commodities like crude oil will start to jump. Okay, let's look at gold. I'm just going to put gold on the screen so that you can see the movement. Okay, so you can see that. Okay, not 5 seconds, hang on. So gold is, well, not really moving up, but it is moving up, but it was suffering this downtrend. So we'll see. Maybe gold will continue to trade higher because of the geopolitical tension that we are seeing now coming from the Middle East. And yeah, okay. So I'll be doing some trades later in the live stream. We're trading on the demo account because live trades will not fit within a half an hour live stream. Okay, join us in the future live stream. Maybe we'll do some live trades, and then I can show you real analysis. As of now, we are discussing specific techniques in a very short live stream, so we'll just make do with a demo account. The principles are the same, the analysis are the same. It's the same. It's just trading during live stream. On a short live stream, you tend to do your analysis a bit, the short version of your analysis. So that's not really realistic for me to do live trades. Maybe we'll do a longer live stream in the future, or maybe a series of bigger live streams to be able to do live trades. So yeah, maybe the other thing that we can look at is oil. And let me just look at the oil on my screen. What happened to crude oil today? Yeah, it's not gone up. Crude oil is at $79 right now. This is WTI index, US light sweet crude. It's not gone up significantly. Any move by Iran will definitely push safe haven assets higher. You will see gold fly up to the roof. If you see the high for gold, it's somewhere here at 2450. I can tell you any military action or any strong action by the Iranian, any decision made by the Iranian government will immediately make gold fly, and you will see all the dollar assets will start to push to show dollar strength. At the moment, we are seeing slow movements going down for Euro USD and AUD USD. So that's interesting. That's going to give us opportunities to trade on the downside as well as on the upside. Okay. In terms of the economic data, we see that US economy has been showing some weakness over the last 1 to 2 weeks. So the trend has been actually for assets to show dollar weakness, except recently, okay, where things are starting to pull back, maybe in anticipation or maybe in reacting to geopolitical tension, but maybe it's just profit taking by traders when things are moving up, you will expect pullback. That's profit taking by traders who entered the trade earlier. Now, the pullback will find support. It's important you see and mark where the supports are, because if the support is higher support forming higher lows, now that means that the uptrend can still continue. So you got to be ready for that when that happens. Okay. In the meantime, let's talk about moving averages and how you can trade on a short time frame using moving averages. So moving averages, as you know, we've got two or three different lines that we can use. There's simple moving average, there's exponential moving average, and there's also the weighted moving average. Okay. Now, of the three, the simple moving average is the original indicator. Okay. This is the indicator that everybody starts to learn when they begin trading, when they get introduced to the market. And it is one of the most, it's the easiest to use because it's not confusing what the signals are. When there's a crossover, prices crossing over the moving average line, that indicates a certain trend. And as well as when you are looking at two simple moving average lines and then they cross each other. Now, when you use two simple moving average lines, you'll be using one which will be a fast moving average, shorter duration, maybe SMA 9 or SMA 10. And then a second indicator, second simple moving average line will be an SMA 20 or 30 or 50. Now, so you will have one fast line, a shorter number, and you have one slow line, which is a bigger number. So when these two lines cross, they will show you a trend. And we'll visit some examples in a minute. Now, so you can use the crossovers between prices, asset prices, and the moving average lines, or you can also use crossovers between two or three simple moving average lines. Now, I don't want you to complicate if you've never been able to make any profit using two simple moving average lines. Forget about using 3, 4, or 5. I know some people do that. I've seen people use 8 sometimes, and that's absolutely crazy. But everybody has their own strategy. You got to find something that works for you. I got to find something that works for me. And other people may find something that fits their strategy and risk management. That's okay. You can be happy with what works for you. And I'm going to show you a simple example today and how we're going to use it for trading. And then the thing to remember about simple moving average is it is not perfect. All indicators are like that. It is not perfect. It is just showing you a sign that prices are moving in a particular way. Maybe they're moving up with strength, or with huge strength, or maybe with weak strength. Okay, and then sometimes it's showing you that prices are moving down, either with huge strength or maybe with weak strength. Okay, not so aggressive. And sometimes the indicators will show you that things are just moving sideways, moving in a flat way. And that's okay. It's just a sign. It is not a guarantee. There's no guarantee in the market. Always remember that. So when you're using strategies or techniques or tips from other people that you read about or that you watch on YouTube or anywhere else, try it out, test it out, see if it works for the assets that you normally trade, see if it works if you if you apply it 10 times, 20 times, see if it works for you and you are able to make any profit out of it. If it works, then you can move from your demo account to your live account, apply the same technique. If it doesn't work, fix it, make some changes, use a different if you've been using 2 or 3 lines and the lines are too fast or too slow, then change the moving average periods. Okay, so let's look at the asset now, and I've got my AUD USD set up with 2 simple moving average lines. And how do you set up your simple moving average lines? I'm going to show you right now. So on your screen in the platform, what you can do is go to the bottom right here where it shows you this compass sign right here. Okay, so click on that, and I'm going to first remove the two moving average lines that I have on screen, and then we're going to establish new ones. I'm going to set up two new moving average lines, and then we're going to see if there are any signals that we can trade. So moving average is, let me see, right here. Okay, so if you click this once, it'll open up the settings. So the most important thing to set is the period. So I'm going to set my fast moving average. That's the first line. I'm going to make it 9 or 10. I usually use 9 or 10 as my fast moving average line, and then choose the color and then hit apply. Okay, so that fast moving average line is now on my price chart. Whoops, why is it red? Let's look at that. Okay, I'm going to change it to yellow. There you go. So my fast moving average line, which is SMA9, is already on screen, and it's yellow in color. Now next I'm going to set up a second moving average line, and it's going to be my slow moving average line. Okay, slow meaning the period will be wider or longer. So go back to the compass down at the bottom of the screen, click on this, click on moving average. You can open multiple lines, of course, and I'm going to put here, let's see, 9 and 14. Let's try 9 and 14. And then for the second line, I'm going to pick a pink color. Okay, pink color, period 14, simple moving average, and then hit apply. So now I've got two moving average lines on the screen. Okay, now quickly, if we want to see a bigger interaction between the two lines, we're going to go down to slightly lower time frame. I'm going to go down to the 5 minutes time frame. Just before I go down to 5 minutes, I just want you to make a note of where things are. Things are moving down, and then the asset has pulled back. Okay, this is AUD USD. It has come down significantly. Why do I say significant? Because the price range is so huge, and there was a support here, and this support is then broken. So this move is pretty strong. It went down with a couple of huge candles, and then it broke the support right here, and it's still going down and still staying below the support area. So this is sort of a strong move on the 30 minutes time frame. Okay, that's number one. You got to be aware of that. Second, be aware of the fact that it's gone through a pullback, and then it's starting to move in the direction of downward trend again. So that is signaling that's probably going to be a continuation of the downtrend. That means the downtrend is probably going to continue. So keep that in mind, and now we're going to go down to the lower time frame. So I've now moved to the 5 minutes time frame. Okay, where I can see a couple of moving average interactions. Look at this. So my fast line, remember the yellow line is my fast line, the purple or pink line is my slow line. So my fast moving average is crossing over at this time, crossing over the slow line from top to bottom. Okay, that's a sign that the short-term price trend is pushing down, and it is overcoming the longer time period, the longer average, the longer price trend. So the short simple moving average line is basically showing you a short trend, okay, a price movement in the short term, and then the pink or the longer simple moving average that I have is showing me a trend in slightly longer time frame. You know, it's showing me, I think we used 14 for the purple line, and for the yellow line we used 9. So this cross resulted in this trend, going all the way down. So that's a sign that, you know, you could trade the crossovers, provided that you have larger time frame trend that you can see. So now we know that from the 30 minutes time frame analysis that we did just moments ago, there is a downtrend, and the downtrend has not yet been cancelled, and then there is also a pullback. So after the pullback, we saw that the downtrend is starting to continue again. It's starting to resume. So we would expect to see another crossover between the simple moving average lines number 9 and number 14. between the yellow line and the purple line. So I'm waiting for that to happen, and guess what? Here it is. It's happening right here. So if I'm going to trade purely on this technique, this is the crossover that we are looking for. Okay, so when the crossover happen, you see this down red candle right here pushing down, and then you see that there is, find the next support. So the support is probably coming from here, this candle right here, as well as this candle right here. So basically I will say that there is a support at 6672 for AUD USD. Now we've seen the crossover, and then we see that the red candle broke through the support that we are observing, but we then get two green candles pushing to the upside. Okay, so that's canceling at least the short-term movement, but it hasn't yet reversed the simple moving average lines. So what could really happen here is there's a lot of bullish traders that think that this is a value play, so they are trying to get this price to make trades on the upside, hoping that the uptrend will be the next trend. So they may be right, they may be wrong, but for us, we are purely looking from the fact that the larger time frame, 30 minutes, is showing us a downtrend, and then there is a pullback, and then there is a continuation of the downtrend on the 30 minutes time frame. So when we are trading, we go down to the 5 minutes time frame, and then we activate our simple moving average lines. Now when there is a crossover, you want to make sure that the crossover creates price action pattern that breaks support. So it broke support for a while, but it didn't stay there. So let's wait for the price action to go down again, to come down again, and stay below this support line, 6672. If it happens, I'm going to be comfortable opening a trade right here for myself. And you can try this out if you want in your demo account and see if it fits and if you like this technique. Okay, so that's one situation. Looks promising, but we need to wait for that setup to happen. Right now it's not exactly happening. Okay, so that's AUD USD. Let's look at another example. Let's look at Euro USD, and we're going to start from scratch. I haven't yet set up the simple moving average lines. Let's go to the 30 minutes time frame. Look at the big picture, look at the big trend. So the big trend is similar to AUD USD. It's come down, and this downtrend is considerably strong. Why do I say that? Because there is a support level here pushing up, and then that support level is broken, and then it comes down again, it pushes up again, creating another support level. That support level is also broken. Okay, so now the asset is down here and starting to pull back up, and you see two red candles starting to push the asset down again. So what do we make of this? We are still looking at the downtrend. Just look at the chart. You don't have to guess. We are still looking at a downtrend. So what I'm going to do right now is activate two simple moving average lines. Click on moving average, and let me see. Let's do 10 and 20. Earlier on AUD USD we used 9 and 14. Now we're going to use 10 and 20. So just so that you see two variations. Okay, so my fast line is my period 10 simple moving average. Okay, now I click on moving average again to open a second line, and then I'm going to pick 10 and 20. Okay, so my slow line is going to be using period 20, and I'm going to use green as the second line. Okay, so we've got the two moving averages drawn up on the chart. Now let me go to the 5 minutes. This is my trading time frame. I'm going to go down to 5 minutes and see what crossovers we get. So look at that. So when it came down, you got the crossover right there, the fast moving average crossing the slow moving average, and then the pullback happened. There is a crossover, but the crossover did not last for very long, and then you get that crossover happening again. So the fast line crosses over the slow moving average line, and then the downtrend continues. So what's happening right here is we have the same crossover. It's happening right now, but let's look at support. The support is here, and Euro USD is more promising because it is not too far away from the support. Now, if it continues to go down with one or two candles, it is already below the latest support, the most recent support, which is around 108.679. Okay, so Euro USD looks more promising. Maybe it's because we're using 10 and 20 compared to AUD USD. Okay, but AUD USD is still showing green candles, but the green candles are starting to become shorter and shorter. So that is also a sign that the move is about to expire. The move is about to is showing it's losing strength and losing momentum. But we'll see. Okay, we'll see. We don't, we try not to guess. We try to trade using the facts we have, using trends that are visible and clearly has happened on the chart. When that is visible, then you are whatever trades you make are going to be higher probability trades. Okay, and hopefully that will make you some profits. So yeah, so the pullback is still happening for both these assets. Okay, still happening, but the principle is that you put two moving average lines. One is fast, one is slow, and then look at the interactions between those two lines. Who's crossing what line, and then in what direction? Okay, moving averages can cross from bottom up as well as from top down. So be aware of that. That's telling you what the trend is going to be. Okay, moving averages are not predictive. It is just showing you what has happened and then giving you a signal that you can use in your trading. It's not predictive. It's not telling you what's happening in the future. So never make that mistake. So we're waiting for this. Not yet. Not yet. In the meantime, let's look at today's news. Monday. Yeah, we have a lot of speeches. Federal Reserve officials are speaking today. And then US Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell is speaking in about 4 hours from now. That might move markets. We'll see. It depends on what he says. So if you are not waiting for that, if you're going to sleep, make sure you close all your trades or don't open any fresh trades if you don't want to get hit by whatever he's going to say. Trade after the event is also fine, because then you see that the trend has already happened, and then the trade is a bit safer because you are seeing price action that is reacting on what is already known. Okay, if you trade on price action that is predicting what's going to happen, you never know what direction is going to take when the real news comes out. So be careful about that. So AUD USD is still pushing up, and it could be a total change in direction, which is fine. Then what will happen is the simple moving averages will show a crossover from bottom up. So you will see the yellow line cross the green line from a downward position and crossing it, going to the upside. So that could be indicative of a trend moving up. And if that happens, that's a signal that you can trade, provided that you are aware of what is the nearest resistance and if the price has cleared the previous resistance. Okay, so these are signals we use so that we have a bit more confidence in terms of what direction the market wants to take. Right now, there's a lot of traders in the market right now. Some of them wants to buy because they think prices are going up. Some of them wants to sell because they think prices are going down. But when it's staying within a range, moving sideways, and why do I say sideways? You look at this high right here. This is 66817 for AUD USD, and then you look at this low right here, 6672. So those are the most recent highs and lows. Now, there is a fight currently going on between buyers and sellers, although both of them are not sure, to see what the real trend is. Now, once these limits are crossed, then it's you have more evidence in terms of what the next direction is going to be. It's not bulletproof. It may change, but at least all the fighting between buyers and sellers is over. And then even, for example, if it crosses that resistance line and starts to go up, then at least you know that the sellers have lost money, and then they will forget about those trades and then start to open new trades and trade to the upside. And then that will also help the asset to continue to move up. Okay, so that can happen and happens every day in the market. So if you are on the right side of the trade, then that's how you make money, because everybody agrees with one particular opinion. And yeah, so when you see things are not really trying to take out the highs and trying not to take out the lows and staying within the range, that shows that everybody is waiting. They're not sure what's going to happen. And if you trade this, you can trade this right now, but it's just risk for you because you don't know. It's not trending. It's not moving in a particular direction. It's just moving sideways. So it's more risk to trade like this. So wait for the resistance to be taken out. Wait for the support to be taken out. And then if you have a crossover of the moving averages, then you get double confirmation for that move in any direction, okay, whether up or down. So yeah. Alex Songara, you want to know which strategy is the best? What time is the best to trade? You trade Euro USD most of the time. What is the ideal time to trade this currency pair? Yeah. Okay, so Euro USD is a big asset, okay? You will see that the forex markets are open 24 hours. You got the Asian session at the beginning of the day, Tokyo, Sydney, Hong Kong. So Asian session starts out at the beginning of the day. Every day it's like that. And then after that, you have the London session open when London and Frankfurt markets open up. And then those two markets overlap. Asian and London will overlap. And then at the end, at the evening, late in the day, you will also have the New York session opening. New York markets will open. So when the New York markets open, like right now New York market is open, it will overlap with the London session. And then this London and New York sessions combined give the highest or the biggest market. There's more traders in the New York and London session compared to Asia and London session. Okay, so you want to trade when the New York session is open if you want to get the best prices. Okay, if you want to get the best trends, because what tends to happen is in the Asian session, because there's not so many traders compared to the evening when New York is open, then prices are not so efficient, and sometimes you get computer traders, machine trading, pushing assets in a certain direction, but that's not the real direction. It's just pushing in one direction to trick all of you to follow them. And then once the New York session opens, it will start to move in the other direction, and all of you will be tricked and you will get all the losses. So all these tricks will likely happen during the Asian and London session. So I tend to watch these two markets and then trade only in the New York session, which is now. Okay, I will trade around this time. But before I trade, I need to get my setup right. Okay, so what's a good strategy? I use support and resistance a lot. If you watch all our live stream, the recent live streams, we've been talking about support and resistance a great deal, because it tells you that people have decided to do something and everybody agrees. When they cross the support line, that means almost everybody agrees they are selling. When they are selling, prices will go down. And then if it crosses the resistance line, then everybody agrees that it's going up and everybody will buy the asset. So you want to pay attention to breakouts of support and resistance. And in today's session, we are using support and resistance together with moving average crossovers. Okay, that's right. Yeah, I like. So trading both UK and US time is better compared to the Asian session. But the Asian session is important because you need to watch what's happening there. Then what the momentum is. Is the momentum going up? Is the momentum going down? And then the London session will show you if there's going to be any reverse direction. And then the New York session will usually just be a continuation of the reverse trade if it has happened. So you got to observe all three markets, to be honest, but then trade only in the New York session. Okay, so look at this. Euro USD is starting to come back down. I want this candle to close. If this candle closes, I can probably trade right there, because this is the support line 10862, and prices are below that support line, and then we have that crossover. So we've got two signals that right there. I'm waiting for a second red candle, so hopefully we get that in the next minute or so. Okay, yeah, this is happening. But the support is right here. For AUD USD, the support is right here, 6672. So still a long way from support. Need to see it stay below this support line. And what's more promising is, yep, there you go. So I'm going to open, what time is it? 45, 42, 41. Okay, 45. Okay, I'm opening a down trade right there. Okay, that's Euro USD trade. We've got the crossover from the simple moving average, and we've got that support line broken in Euro USD. Whoa, what happened there? Okay. And then we're just looking at AUD USD. Yeah, it's pushing down, but we need the price to be below the support line, because that's our confirmation. So, and then you can watch your trades right here. I've got 7 minutes on that Euro USD trade. It's pulled back, I think. Is it? Yeah, it's around there. Yep. So that's it. So give it a shot. You watch all these new techniques, you read about all these new trading plans and trading strategies by other people. Try it out in your demo account, and then once you get consistency in terms of getting profitable trades, move to your live account. Okay, so I hope that has been helpful. Don't lose the opportunity to get double deposit if you use the promo code that's in the description of this video down below. And that will be it for today's session. I hope you've gotten value out of it. Please like and subscribe, and join us in the next live stream. Share this video with your friends so that they can also join with you, discussing about tips and techniques as well as what's interesting going on in the market. So I'm going to see you in the next live stream. Don't forget to join us again. Enjoy your trading. Bye-bye.